culinarily speaking, some cities have signature dishes. Halifax has an identity wrapped in pita. Today, we break down the legend, the controversy, and the sweet sauce obsession. This episode is the Great Donair Showdown. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Backstage Kitchen podcast, where food, culture, and music all collide. I'm Chef Richard Julian, and today we're diving into something deeply personal to Nova Scotians, something messy, legendary, and fiercely defended. Today's episode is all about the Donair. We're talking the history, the origin story, what makes it unique, the sweet sauce phenomenon, and why people will literally argue about the best Donair shop like it's the hockey playoffs. Before we get into the history, I've got a special guest joining me today, someone who takes Donairs very seriously. My guest is none other than Corey, the Donair Beast Good, self-declared Donair purist, a Halifax flavor hunter, and honestly, a man what can only be described as full-blown Donair obsession. We're going to be talking late-night taste testing missions, strong opinions for sauce ratios, and very scientific approach to pita integrity. And the obsession is about to hit the big stage. We're gearing up for the upcoming Donair Showdown competition, where local shops will go head-to-head, judged on flavor, balance, construction, and overall Donair excellence. We'll be talking about what makes a winning Donair and what the judges look for, what separates a good Donair from a legendary one. So before we debate the best, let's understand where this whole thing started. Let's get into it. Every iconic dish starts with adaptation. The Halifax Donair was created in the early 1970s by Greek immigrant Peter Kamalakos, founder of the King of Donair, allegedly. He originally tried selling traditional Greek gyros, lamb, tzatziki, Mediterranean flavors, but Halifax in the early 1970s just wasn't buying it, so he pivoted. He switched lamb to seasoned ground beef, and then he created something revolutionary, the sweet Donair sauce. It's condensed milk, vinegar, sugar or honey, garlic. The moment changed Canadian food culture. This wasn't gyro anymore, and this wasn't shawarma. This was something new, and this was in Halifax. From a chef's perspective, the Donair is actually kind of genius. It hits every sensory trigger: fat from the beef, acid from the vinegar, sweetness from the sauce, spice in the seasoning, raw onion for that bite texture, and a warm pita to kind of wrap it all up in some deliciousness. It's balance just expressed through street food, and I love street food. And here's the wild part. The sweet sauce shouldn't work, but it absolutely does. And it actually crosses over to pizza and garlic fingers if you're local and you understand what I mean. It's almost like a dessert sauce collided with a savory dish and somehow created magic. That's culinary evolution in real time. So let's clear this up. People mix this up consistently. Halifax Donair is a ground beef loaf, or something on a spit, sweet condensed milk sauce, onion and tomato, minimalist bill on a nice pita. A Greek gyro is pork or lamb, tzatziki, herbs and yogurt, a shawarma or doner, a sliced meat, a garlic sauce or tahini, pickles and vegetables. The Halifax Donair is its own category. It's not an import, it's a Nova Scotia invention. The Donair didn't just become popular, it became a ritual. Bar closing food, student survival meal, post-concert recovery tool, Halifax identity marker. Every city has its late night food. New York's got their pizza. Well, we got Pizza Corner, so we got you matched. Montreal has the smoked meat, and Halifax has the Donair. It's messy, it's drippy, and it's unforgettable. So let's talk a little controversy. Every Haligonian has a favorite location. King of Donair, Tony, Ravenna's, Randy's, Jesse's, and people defend their shop like family. The debate usually comes down to meat texture, sauce sweetness, pita softness, spicy balance, and construction integrity. And if you ever had to take down a large Donair at Roberts back on Windmill Road, back in the day, you'll know exactly what I mean by construction integrity. Yes, construction integrity does matter. A good Donair should survive at least 3 bites before full structural collapse. That's the standard, okay? I put that in the books. In 2015, Halifax made it official. The Halifax Donair became the city's official food. Not lobster, not seafood, it was the Donair. That tells you everything about its cultural impact. So, As a chef, I guess I can learn a lot from this story, and maybe you can too. The Donair shows the immigrant influence shaping local cuisine, adaptation of local tastes, bold flavor risks are paying off, and street food becoming identity. And now we're seeing pizza donairs, donair egg rolls, donair poutine, all kinds of upscales interpretations. The dish keeps evolving. And on a side note of that, yours truly, Chef Rich here, I had a restaurant back in 2015 to 2017 with a local musician by the name of Troy Arsenault, great guy from Alert the Medic. Give them a listen. On our menu, our inaugural first menu, we created the Donair ravioli. So I did a spicy version of lamb, and I made a reduction sauce with honey and aromatics and cream, and then we had a nice slowly cooked tomato confit and some caramelized Vidalia onions. And it was a hit. We couldn't keep up with the production of it. So yeah, Donair has now sort of jumped into some of the bouginess that all good street food should really do. So food and music share the same DNA. Both evolve through influence, remixing, and culture. The Halifax Donair is basically a culinary cover song that became its biggest hit. Hey, welcome back. Today on the Backstage Kitchen podcast, we're diving into Halifax's most iconic food, the Donair. This week, 4 legendary shops battle for bragging rights at the Great Donair Showdown in Dartmouth at Stagger's Pub on Portland Street. And we're joined today by the man behind the madness, Corey the Donair Beast Good. Corey, welcome to the show, man.
Hey, how's it going, Richard? How you doing?
Good, brother. Good, brother. Listen, I'm so happy you take some time out today to hang with me and have fun like good old boys from Dartmouth often do. So let's talk a little bit about the big picture. Why are Maritimers obsessed with Donairs? What makes this more than just a late night food, brother?
I don't know. I would say at this moment in time, Donairs, especially to people mine your age, 80s
Yeah,
babies,
yeah.
Donairs have been around over 50 years now.
Next
They're a
something.
part of our heritage.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's time to really signify the Donair. I mean, like, you go to PEI, they got the cow chips, right?
Right.
You go everywhere else, they got their own dish. Our dish is the Donair. We're just not giving it the proper recognition it deserves.
No,
Is
100%, man.
recognition a word?
Well, it is now. We've got it. It's now canon. That's cool, man. Okay, so what makes the Halifax Donair different from anywhere else in the world? Because we've heard, there's certain places that pop up. They're like, oh, traditional Halifax Donair. Is there any truth to that? What are your thoughts as a purist?
If you're not getting it from Halifax shipped in the mail or someone that grew up here and actually knows what they're doing, it's not an authentic Halifax Donair. So they got these things called gyros, whatever you want to call them. I don't know.
Yeah,
Made
yeah,
up. Those are
yeah,
around most of the world. A Donair is similar to like a gyro or a gyro, whatever you want to call it, goro.
yeah.
It's terrible. It's terrible. They're terrible. And then a swarma is also similar, but swarmas are straight trash, Richard. I do not like swarmas. I don't mess with swarmas. Other people, that's your thing. Like I said before, I don't care what you put in your mouth, but you need to try an actual authentic Halifax Donair.
100%, man. 100%. I agree. I speak the tradition and I love it because you know what?
I live
It's
it.
almost like a rite of passage, isn't it? Have you ever had like you mentioned earlier? You've got family around. Do you ever get excited about bringing a family member for their first Donair?
Man. So I've actually, yeah, I've given a couple people their first Donairs, and it's very rewarding, almost like charity work. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Very, very satisfying to see someone, especially like, I get my buddy came from out west one time and he grew up there, but he came back with my other buddy to visit and he didn't have a Donair. And he's like, my buddy brought him, this is Donair Beast, man. And trust me, man, he's going to get you the best Donair. So we went up
That's
to the
right.
spot, Sassy's. We got him a Donair. He
Sick.
took a bite of it. I'll never forget it, man. It was like he had tears in his eyes. He was so happy. Like literally, man, like he saved a life. Like
That's amazing.
this is a religion now. You didn't know?
It's like you're reborn once you've had a Halifax
Yeah,
Donair.
baptism.
I hear it, man. No, that's fantastic. So let's talk a little bit about the show this Saturday. How did the Great Donair Showdown start? What is your sort of like the master of ceremonies? How did this all come together? Because your passion for Donairs is obvious.
Well, tell you the truth, man. I've always been the Donair Beast. I've always been a character. I'm a man. I do it all. A street fighter, actor, pro wrestler, skits, comedy, comedian, stand up. Been in shows. I'm all around the best guy in the world to put this on
Sweet.
and host it.
Yep.
I truly love Donairs and every pizza shop in town. But the producers here and stuff, they reached out to me. These guys are great.
Yep.
They're doing a good job on their end. And when they reached out to me, I don't think they realized how popular I actually was amongst the Donair shops.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
all
you're the
knew me.
guru.
Yeah,
You're the
I went
guy. You're the guy. Yeah.
we met Jack Tillaney, if I said Tillaney. I met
Mhm.
Jack from Urbana's. He said, "You're the Donair, you're that back-aller fighter guy." I said, "Yeah, that's right." He's like, "Oh, yeah, I remember you," and stuff. So, everywhere knows who I am, and it's good because they need to know who I am
Yep.
because I need to let the world know who they are at this event. And it's gonna go down. We're on the journey. We got deep into how Donairs were, like, created, who
Yep.
actually made the first Donair. There's so much
Mm.
miscommunication amongst shops, and I do food reviews on my page the last 2 years. I've been doing a lot. Did almost every pizza shop in town, to tell you the truth. Every time I go to one, especially since this has started, everyone's like, "No, this guy did it, and this guy did it."
Ah, yeah.
And it's a different story, and we had to dig deep, man. Like, dig so deep. It's worth the watch when it does come out because it's so interesting. And these guys, I don't think thought how it was starting out, it was gonna be as good as it is, and it's turning into award-winning series stuff, man.
100%, Ned. The word is out on the street. It's interesting you mentioned Ravenna. To say a quick story on that. I used to live downtown Dartmouth for like 8 years, and
Yeah.
Ravenna was my go-to. And it got to the point when I would show up at my specific time, they would go in unison, Julian! And I'd walk in, right? And I'd get my donair and my slice or whatever and head out. Good family people. So that's cool,
Yeah.
man. Giving them props.
Awesome.
So listen, about the Donair Showdown. So we got some cool judges coming out. Tell me a little about the crew you got coming to hang out for the day because I'm pumped to go because I just can't wait to feel the action.
Hey, man, are you ready for the celebrity judges? I don't think
Yes,
I don't think you're ready for it.
I'm probably
Okay.
not.
So we got Travis Lindsay, comedian. He was
Nice.
on Canada's Got Talent, I believe. Yeah.
Hilarious. Yeah, very
Great
funny guy.
comedian. We got T from Trailer Park Boys, right?
Sick,
Awesome
sick,
guy. I know him
sick,
personally.
sick.
Great guy, wicked to
Yep,
have around, and
right on.
he knows how to judge a Donair, let me tell you.
Sweet.
And then we got Tracy and Martina from SwearNet, talking the shit, shooting the shit.
Forget about it. That's amazing.
Yeah, forget about it. Boom. You know what I
Those
mean?
girls-
Explosions right now. They're going to be the celebrity guest judges. They're going to judge the world's best Donair. What an
Amazing.
honor. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
also heard, though, that there's a really good Donair shop in Sydney, and I never tried it. And he's one of the first original guys who learned and
Ah,
took it to Sydney. So we
ah,
dig deep into that too, but I can't wait to talk to them about that certain shop and how good it is compared to the ones they're going to try. Now, them
amazing.
being from Cape Breton, I'm sure they're probably just going to side with their own hometown, but I think I can sway them, man. I think Sassy's Pizza got it. Sassy's
Listen-
used to be Dino's. Remember Dino's Super One?
Oh
That's
yeah,
it.
Cole
It's the same.
Harbor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cole-
100%.
yeah.
Yeah, I get it, man. Well, that sounds like a freaking wicked lineup, man. Yeah, listen, I got buddies from Cape Breton too, and they are passionate about their Donairs and their pizza and their street food. So that's cool. So you mentioned earlier about the Donair, the judging. Is there going to be how is the judging going to come together? Is it going to be a gut thing? Is it going to be like an old school texture, taste combo? Do you have any parameters, or is it going to be just based
Well,
on
there's-
passion?
I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a couple ideas still floating around right now on exactly
yeah.
how to be judged because it's a very touchy situation.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own style Donair, so it's
For sure.
hard to get 4 people to all come together on just
Yeah.
one regular made Donair, which it's the way that most people try it first. But everyone has their own crazy way of making a Donair. I had cheese, sauce on side, crispy. Sure, you
Sure.
have your own way. That's what
Mhm.
makes them so great.
Yep.
I'm thinking there could be a scorecard, or I'm thinking there could just be an all around, how do you feel after you ate it?
Totally.
I don't know
Yeah.
exactly yet, but I'll tell you one thing. We are figuring it out. The scorecard seems to be where I want to go because
Yeah.
I'm a fighter, so scorecard. You know what I mean?
100%. It's all about the
it's
points, baby.
unanimous, unless it's
Yeah.
just a knockout win, you know what I mean?
If it's
Like-
a knock, if someone drops that Donair, right, and they said done, right?
Should we give them a golden buzzer, but make it like a cup of Donair sauce? And if they just love it so much,
Slam! I love it. Yeah, do it. You know what? Make it happen. That'd be awesome. I'd be down for
these
that. 100%.
brainstorms are getting crazy. So,
I know,
so
man.
backstage kitchen, you're obviously a chef, right?
Yeah, I am. That's what I do. I've been in kitchens
so how
for like
many Donairs
30
have you
years.
prepared? Do you do like nice fancy steaks and stuff? Do you have bone-in Donair?
Haha, sometimes. It all depends on how the night goes. But anyways, I made something called the Donair ravioli. I had a restaurant, and you can ask Quake. I don't know if you know Quake
Oh,
Matthews,
I know
but
Quake very well, my friend.
yeah, Quake's
Very
my
well.
boy. I love Quake. Actually, Quake's going to be on the show coming up in the spring. So
Nice.
he and I met a few years ago, and I was opening up a restaurant called the Anchor in Fairview, and we
Okay.
brought food to Fairview that blew people's minds. My buddy Troy and I had the place, and we first opened it. We did the Donair ravioli. So Donair, all respect, it's all beef. I decided to spice it up with lamb, which is more of a gyro thing, but
That's how it originated. It was originally lamb.
it was.
So you know
So
some stuff here.
I thought I was gonna bougie it up. You know how it is. I was just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
being the chef, got the little chef hat on going, "What can I do?" So we made this sweet sauce with honey and wine reduction with shallots and garlic and cream, and then we into the tomato, what I did is I cooked the tomato in olive oil, and then I caramelized some Vidalia onions, and man, we sold a ton of this. I told Quake about it. He's like, "Man, that's crazy." He says, "I want that right now." So I said, "Well, come on over," and eventually did. So that's the short story. But yeah, it was great. It was fantastic. So that was my time in Fairview. We ran that restaurant for a couple years, and then I got into the catering and I started doing the backstage kitchens. I have much respect for the Donair and the classical view of Donair, but then I said, "It's Halifax's food, right? We got to make this happen." And this was around 2015 when things started getting real.
Wow, man. Honestly, you
Yeah,
just blew
thanks for
my
asking.
mind.
It
You
was
just blew
fun,
my
man.
mind. Because I love like, I've tried every type of Donair. I've tried so much stuff.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never had Donair pasta. That is like, you're blowing my mind right now, and after this, I'm gonna take that recipe and try and
All right.
recreate.
I'll hook you up, man. I'll send it to you, no problem. So what we kind of hit on two things here. We talked about classical Donair. How does the Donair Beast like his Donair? And what was the first time you had a Donair and said, "Man, this is me"?
Okay, the first time I had a Donair, I was a very young kid.
Yeah,
Very young kid. My dad ran a paving company. He'd always
yep,
get us on the weekends.
sure.
And that was our thing. We'd go and it was always, we lived across the street from Dino's, so I
Oh,
remember
sweet.
a lot of Dino's, there was a lot of Greco. I don't remember where I got the first one. I would imagine I was a baby because my
Yeah,
dad
sure.
been eating Donairs since I was born. Like,
Yeah,
it's the thing you do around here.
generation, 100%.
Yeah, go out, have a couple drinks with your friends or whatever, watch the game, watch a race. It was NASCAR for my dad. Have
Sweet.
a big race day Sunday, boom, Donairs for the boys, like,
Hell yeah. Hell
so
yeah.
delicious, man. And whatever happened to Greco's Donairs? They fell off, eh?
I don't know, man. Did they put lettuce on theirs? That's my next
No,
question.
Pizza Delight did it, but they almost
Yes,
got away with it.
they
It
did,
was
didn't they?
just kinda kick it to the side, right?
Yeah,
Because they coulda
yeah,
just split on like that guy, but,
yeah.
I just kicked it to the side,
You're
and,
like, "Yeah."
Pizza Delight don't inspire, but since they left Co-op and Dartmouth, I don't travel that far. I can't go there no more.
I remember that shot, brother. Listen, I'll tell you something. My junior high prom. This is how big city pimpin' I was. I took my girl to Pizza Delight. Oh yeah. I don't know if we had the donair or not, but
Well,
great. I had grade 9 grad on a mad level. We went out to the Cole Harbor Pizza Delight. It was a lot of fun. So okay, so it seems to me you're a bit of a purist, and that's fine. But all donairs, all styles, like you're loving it. What is your favorite way? And you mentioned it before. It's a wet sandwich in the sense that it's got the sauce. It's you got to have. I'm not calling it grease, but the juice, the flavor. How do
yeah.
you like it? Crispy pita, wet pita. Where do you go? Where do you land
Okay, so
on
I
that?
like personally me, this is how I like it, especially if it's in the store fresh,
Yeah,
I can get the sauce on it because 'cause it'll
yeah,
stay hot and fresh. If you get it delivered,
yeah,
you don't want the sauce on it, you need the sauce on the side because you want the donair to stay hot. The sauce is a lot colder, it's not a
yeah.
warm sauce. So when you put it on and they send it to
Yes.
you wrapped up, it cools it down and then the
Yeah,
donair comes it's a little, like, wet and colder. Like,
yeah,
still a little warm, but not as warm as it could be. So
sure,
some people get it like that, they pop it in the oven. You don't have to do that, just get the sauce on the side. Because a
totally.
lot if you get a medium or a large at any place, it's too much meat to wrap it and eat it like that, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So
No,
you
agreed.
take some meat out, dip it in. So I like, just 1 pita. I like it to be a little wet, I like the wet pita.
Yep.
Extra crispy meat, cooks the spice out of it, a nice
Mm,
brown crunch to it, not burnt, but almost there.
no, you're
Yeah,
speaking my language.
yeah, and onions, and, I don't get tomatoes on it. I
No
did for a
tomato.
long time, but I like onions and, cheese. You gotta get the cheese on it, man.
That's sick. So, any variations to that? You see a lot of, I was thinking about this for the interview when we were getting to sit down. I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool someday to do a competition where you had like classic style Donair, and then you had like a freestyle. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, it's too late to change that for this weekend, but something for the future, right? But
Well, honestly,
would you go away from that, or are you a purist? You're like, nah, this is the way it is, no lettuce. But you seem to give respect for all ideas, not like that.
well, no, you're right. I'd say for the first competition, getting it off,
Mm-hmm.
we need to just have the original style donair, the onions, the
100%.
tomatoes, no cheese, just sauce, meat, and pita. All the 4 companies can bring it how they want. But I already know these guys personally, a couple of them. I did food reviews for them. So
Sweet.
they have tricks up their sleeves. They have tricks up
Yeah.
their sleeves. They're gonna bring their own little creations, and we
Nice.
might even get another pizza shop randomly to show up too, because there's a couple other ones
Ooh.
generating beef online that they
Ah,
get in. So I don't know, man. We'll see what happens.
good old fashioned bow down. Love it.
Yeah, man. It's like a mafia out here, man. These Donair guys, man. I'm telling
It
you,
really is, man.
all
It's
know
you
each
know
other.
what?
They all know who the wise guys are and who the tough guys are. They all know, man.
It's like arguing about the playoffs, man. Like, and everyone's got their opinions. So, can you? I just want to say one last thing. Tell me about the vibe of the day. You told me about the guests, but if I'm fresh and new to this and listening to this or seeing you on air this week, what can I expect when I show up to Staggers this Saturday at 1 o'clock?
You can expect a great friggin' time. I'll tell you
Hell
that.
yeah.
You can
Hell yeah.
expect to possibly get a free Donair or at least just walk across the street and buy one. You're gonna
Ravanna's right across the street,
right
right
across
across the
the
street
street.
from Staggers, baby. Yeah.
It's great Donair as well. You're gonna have a good time there. There's gonna be drinks available. There's gonna be lots of space. The judges are gonna be hilarious. If you know the judges, then you already know it's gonna be
Oh,
a
yeah.
bang. Me, I'm gonna be hosting. I got lots of jokes prepared and great material for everyone. And I just can't wait to see who actually wins this. This is like a dream come true for me. I've been talking about having a Donair show off like my whole life. It's
That's awesome.
crazy. Yeah.
Listen, man, I love it. You know what? Your passion is 100% there. I'm feeling you. And I love that, you take the respect for Donair on low levels, but you still like that old school grit. And that's the way it is. We were chatting earlier before we came on the show, and we're both Dartmouth, Cole Harbor guys. We grew up in the era where the Donair was king, and it still is. And it's good to see some recognition. It's good to see someone carrying the flag and saying, "Let's bring it forward to the world, baby." Because I love that. I love that stuff, man. Hell yeah. Thank you, brother.
Man.
Well, listen, man, I'm gonna let you get back to your day because I know you got lots of practice, but I want to let people know about the shows. If you want to experience the chaos, the flavor, and the battle of Halifax's Donair glory, make sure you check out the Great Donair Showdown happening February 28th from 1 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. at Staggers on Portland Street in Dartmouth. 4 legendary local spots and apparently maybe a mystery guest as well. So they've got King of Donairs, Tony's Donair, Sassy's Pizza, and Ravanna Pizza, all going head to head for the best Donair in the city. It's hosted by my buddy here, Corey the Donair Beast Good, with special guest Tyrone from Trailer Park Boys, Tracy and Martina from Shooting the Shit, and comedian Travis Lindsay. This is going to be local food culture at its finest. So February 28th, 1 to 3:30 p.m., Staggers, Portland Street, Dartmouth, and come hungry. Right, brother?
That's right, buddy. See you next time.
Yeah! Cheers, brother.
See you, man.
Well, that's today's episode of the Backstage Kitchen Podcast, the Great Donair Showdown. I want to hear from you. What's the best Donair in Halifax? What's your go-to shop? Drop it in the comments or message me. Follow me on Instagram at Chef Live and at _backstage_kitchen_podcast. And if you enjoyed this episode, share it with someone who takes the Donair very seriously. And until next time, keep cooking, keep creating, exploring the stories behind food. I hope to see you Saturday over in Dartmouth on Portland Street at Staggers Pub for the Great Donair Showdown between 1 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. We're going to have all kinds of celebs, good eats, and it's going to be a great time. Anyways, till next time, enjoy your food, keep your stick on the ice.